All right, here with Woodrow Wilson, Coach Steve Laraba. Steve, your team's getting ready for the Region 3 championship against George Washington on Thursday. I want to talk about your defense first. We talked about it quite a bit this year, but if somebody had told you 14 clean sheets at the beginning of the year, would you believe that? I mean,
Uh,
especially with a new guy in goal.
yeah, in the beginning of the year, I probably wouldn't have believed it. But as the season went on, the team showed that they had a very good knack for defending and keeping teams out of our defending third. So I mean, I'm not surprised that we've defended so well throughout the season.
Well, I think Bryson said it. There's defenders in front of him that do a great job of limiting opportunities. I mean, and that makes your job when you only got to face 4 or 5 shots on goal. A lot of times less than that makes it pretty easy. Doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean that definitely helps. And one of the things is our concept as a team is to defend all over the field. And I think that the guys have done a very good job of understanding that defending is a job for every single player on the team, just not a select 5 or 6.
With the realization that you got to score a goal to win, even with a shutout, is defense the key thing against GW, a team like GW, which has 3 or 4 really prodigious goal scorers.
Right. I think our defensive shape is going to be very important against George Washington. But I think also we have to know that we can't sit back and defend for 80 minutes. We're going to have to find a way to apply some pressure on them. But our defensive responsibilities are most definitely going to be very important.
How do you mark guys like Lowcower and the other great scorers they have?
You kind of hope that maybe they've got a slight injury and they've been slowed down a little bit
because they're that good.
Because they are that good. You just have to have a good, healthy respect for them, but also understand that they aren't invincible players, and just try and force them into mistakes and make sure that you never leave your teammate isolated, alone against those guys 1v1.
You played GW since this year. Since last year they lost to Greenbrier East, and one of your players said it's kind of a blueprint out there. I mean, if you can follow it, it worked for Greenbrier East.
What East did worked for them, and it was a very good plan that they had. I think
different
players, different systems. We think we have an understanding of what needs to happen for us on Thursday, and we just hope that we can execute properly.
Last thing on that defense, was the defense the biggest surprise for you this year?
I think, if we're talking about being collectively as a team, I was a little surprised with how well the team bought into those concepts. I mean, the guys who are defenders and the goalkeeper definitely deserve a lot of the credit, because they can't get the headlines or the accolades that some of the goal scorers can get. But I really think that the team as a whole, defending as well as they did, was a pleasant surprise.
Well, sometimes it's lonely back there going when the ball's on the other side of the field, and Dolph said sometimes he stings, sometimes he thinks, but he tries to stay in the game. But obviously when you're back here and the action's 100 yards down the field, it's a tough job, isn't it?
It is tough because you have to. It's always a good thing if your goalkeeper isn't very busy, but there can be a 30-second burst where he's going to have to be on his toes and mentally checked in and being able to make a big save, because that may be the one time it's called upon him to do so. And that's hard to do. It's hard to stay mentally checked in if there's long periods of time where you're not involved with what's going on.
Well, he said he's a terrible singer, so I mean, I don't know if you've heard him sing or not, but maybe we won't have to. He's way out on the field.
Well, I guess if we're fortunate enough to win on Thursday, we'll have to have him sing for us.
Who are you going to count on? I mean, you got a lot of guys score. Kobe Dillon went through a stretch there where he was scoring, seemed like every game. Who are the guys you're counting on to get past that GW?
I mean, obviously we're going to rely on Kobe to hopefully be in the right place at the right time. He's done that very well. That's where a lot of his goals have come from. Hopefully we can get some production out of our midfield, area, and hopefully one of the Bells, Aiden or Cooper's able to step up. Tyler Radford's shown where he can definitely score from distance, and we're gonna need our wings to apply some pressure to their outside backs, and Michael Faya, Ishmael Faya, very athletic, very skilled players that can cause some problems. So, I think we've had 17 different goal scorers this year. So
that's a lot, isn't it?
That is a lot. You don't have that a lot. I mean, we've scored 50 plus goals this season, and it was just towards the last 2 or 3 games of the season that anybody reached double-digit goals. So we have lots of players that can score, and that helps a lot.
Yeah, that's got to be an advantage.
Definitely. It definitely helps because much like George Washington with their front three, you can't, take one guy out of the game and take away goals. We've got people all over the field and even on the bench that have scored goals and can.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a great evening, a great atmosphere. And, I just hope that we're able to put a good product out there
7
for everybody.
p.m.?
8 p.m. It'll be 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Thursday. We'll
Sounds
be there,
good.
Steve.
All right, buddy.